Hello guys, in today's video we are going to talk about market research exercises. And if you don't know me, I'm called Mikkel. I built a company with my business partner Christian where we help coaches completely automate their client acquisition systems through our reliable systems. Because we believe coaches should be spending their time coaching instead of marketing. We live by the motto of coaches should be coaching and marketers should be marketing. Now, first of all, let's start off with what is market research exercise? So, good old market research exercise is simply researching your target audience. Let's say, for example, you were a coach, which you are. Then either Christian and I, when we do a market research exercise, we go ahead and take a look at what is his name, first of all, so we have that down on paper. What it was his previous occupation? What is his level of education? How old is he? Then we have some basic things. Then we can find out, is there an influx of coaches in a specific area? Let's say it was Georgia in the US. Oh, there's a lot of coaches in Georgia, US. Then we know that, then we can market it around that. Let's say a lot of coaches were between 40 and 50. Then we would also know that. We would know, are they male or female? Just from that, we would already know some things from the target audience. We would know how old they are, where there's a large influx of coaches, and just if they are male or female, just from that. And the previous education and what level of education they have. Then we can find out, are they highly educated or aren't they? Then we also know how we have to market to them. And previous occupation also talks about what kind of ways we can market to them. Let's say if they were a nuclear physicist, then they know some stuff about nuclear physicists or physics, sorry. Then we can also put that into our marketing, talk about nuclear physics in some kind of way so that it also resonates with them. Of course, it also has to be relevant towards what you do, and we, of course, help coaches get put on our reliable systems to completely automate their client acquisition systems. So we just market it towards that. We market it towards what they want to achieve. They want to achieve easy client acquisition. Then a couple of more things is just what do they do in their daily life? What do they do outside of work? What is the one thing or the biggest reason why they began for us or for you? What is the biggest reason why you began to coach? Then we also have to find that. Just in general, all the knowledge you can find about them that is related to what they do. Why is it that they coach? How is it that they coach? Is it group coaching, one-on-one coaching? Is it an info product? Just find out as much as possible you can about them. And then do it at least like 10 to 15 times. Then you will know in general what your market is about, what your niche is about. Then for coaches, for example, you'll find that A lot of them are between 30 to 50. And you will find that a lot of coaches, they haven't been in business for more than 5 years. So you can also market that. You will know that, at least for mental health coaches, the biggest reason why they coach is because they don't want people to have to work through it themselves, as they did. They had a problem of some kind and they just worked through it. They want to help people go through the same problems easier and quicker. And then, as a side product, they just get a little money. A lot of the time, they don't even care about the money. That's also why a lot of the time they simply don't charge enough. And if you do market research exercise, you will know, oh, how much is it that the for us coaches actually charge each of their clients. Then you can find a general price point for coaches or for that specific kind of coach, and then you can go and find, okay, how am I going to structure my offer and everything. Christian has just made a video about offers, so you should be able to see that so you can get a better explanation about it. In general, the reason why market research exercise is so very important is because then you can get a glimpse into what are their struggles, what have they done previously in their life, what is it that resonates with them. And then you can't go in and make you can go in and make a super personalized message to each and every single person, but in general, it's better to generalize it and then put it into your offer and then send it to a couple more people. And it's, first of all, quicker. It's still very personal because it covers their pain points and where they want to go. In general, it's just a great tool. If you haven't done any market research exercise, you can't even be certain that the niche you have chosen can actually work. Because sometimes you may see, oh, no one is doing that over there. Let's go ahead and take a look at what it is. Oh, it's coaching 80-year-olds. Yeah, then do some market research exercise. Then you would find out why it is that no one is doing it over there. Or is it just a potential gold mine? One of our clients I've talked a lot about with this. We did some market research exercises together, and then I just sent him out to do it. It was because we weren't certain if his target audience, what he wanted to target, if it was a potential gold mine or if it was just a pile of literal stone, if there was nothing in it. So we did some market research exercise and we found out that there is potential for it instead of just going ahead and going into it. Because if you do that, then you have to stick to it for a couple of months. There will be latency in a lot of things. So you have to really just stick to it, even if it doesn't work. Because it's really trial and error in the beginning. You have to get them to respond to what you send out. You have to prove that it works for those kind of people. In general, you just have to prove that it works. And we are still figuring out if it was a potential gold mine for one of our clients. He has agreed to try it at the very least, so we will find out if it's a potential gold mine. I would say it's highly likely that it is the potential gold mine. It's just that no one has actually succeeded in marketing it specifically because they don't know about latency and all the good stuff. Just systems thinking. Just don't be impatient. Of course, it's pretty hard to determine if it's patience or procrastination/laziness. But you still have to be patient. You have to let it actually work. It's the same in a bank. Let's take a look at that. If you put some money in and then you let it work up with the multiplier, then the first couple of years not much will happen. But then take a look at Warren Buffett's net worth with compounding. It just skyrocketed. It was because he let it work instead of just 2 years in, just gave up, tried something else. He knew it would work, so he went ahead and did it. He was certain in his mind. He researched the topic and found out, yeah, this will most likely work. Let's go ahead and do it. You just have to do the same. Just the research this time for you would be a market research exercise. As I said, 10 to 15 different ones for each niche you will try. If it is mindset coaches, then 10 to 15 for mindset coaches. If it's health coaches, then 10 to 15. Lifestyle coaches, 10 to 15. Just 10 to 15 for each and every single niche you want to try out, just to get to understand the niche. Of course, just from market research exercise, you can't get to completely understand the niche, but you will get the general gist of things. Then, of course, if just from the market research exercise, it looks like it has very much potential, then you can go ahead and try to market it and try and get them on sales calls or discovery calls, get to learn more about the niche and try to, of course, get them onto your program, one-on-one coaching, group coaching, info product, and then try and help them. Then from the sales call/discovery call, you will get to learn a lot more about your niche as well. So, but the market research exercise is like the first 30%. Then on the sales calls, you'll get the last 70%. You can look at it like this. Market research exercise, rather in total, you can learn 100% of a niche. But sales calls, you can only learn like 70%. Otherwise, if you want to learn more on sales calls, they would be way too long. So you can learn about 70% of your niche on sales calls. But if you don't have the bottom 30, so the foundation, then the knowledge you've built up, the 70%, you subconsciously will twist it in some kind of ways and then try to think it's this way instead of what it actually is, and it's the other way. But if you have done market research exercise, then you would know the first 30%, then it's way easier, first of all, to get the last 70% than if you didn't have the foundations. Just your previous knowledge will help so much from the market research exercise. I really can't stress the importance of a market research exercise. If it isn't done, then it's like saying, oh, I won't research that topic. If you're, for example, you have to make a slideshow and you're up to the exams, then you have to research the topic and then go in and actually do the exam. But let's say you did not do the research, just from the knowledge you gathered, what other people are talking about, instead of going ahead and yourself doing the research. Then do you think you will get a good grade? Do you think it will go well? No, you are missing the 30%, or in this case it's more than 30%, but you will be missing a lot of knowledge you will have to gather yourself. You can get a lot of knowledge from other people, but really, you have to gather some yourself as well. You have to think critically. Is what the other people are talking about, is that even correct? You really have to gather, if you want to gather knowledge from people in general, you really have to look at the bigger picture. If a lot of people are talking about the same topic, at least in the sales calls, and they have some kind of some kind of the same answer, then you really have to take a look at it yourself and then say, this is probably correct. But if, for example, what is your biggest struggle? If every single one answers the question differently, then you can't generalize it. Then you can't do that use that in marketing. But if they answered the same kind of way with or same kind of problem, then you can go ahead and do it, because that means, oh, they share this. I can put it into my copy and really use that pain point well. So, market research exercise. I really want you to, after this video, go ahead and do some market research exercise. Go ahead and at least do 10. If you do 10 market research exercises, I can almost guarantee that you will get to learn a lot more about your niche that you did not know. Unless, of course, you've already done market research exercise. But if you hadn't done it, then I can almost guarantee that if you do 10, you will get to learn much more about your target audience. Yeah, and that was pretty much it for this video. If you are a coach struggling with client acquisition or in need of just a reliable system, then the first link down in the description, Full Transparency, it's a sales funnel with my business partner Christian, where he just goes through our offer and how we may be able to help you. Now, for us, it doesn't really matter if you click on the link or not, but it may be able to help you. And if you like this content, then go ahead and give it a like. If you want to learn or have a question in general about market research exercises, then comment them down below. I will answer them as soon as I can. And if you want to see more of this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe. Goodbye.